Let's go. Hola Satoru, soy el del lunes. Encantado, loco. ¿Cómo estás, mi bro? Que acabo de abrir directo. ¿Qué haces aquí ya, tío? Satoru Penguin. Un grande, es un grande. Y ya está. ¿Qué bien has tenido?
Te la he pegado.
Pues sí.
Joder.
You ever get the feeling something doesn't want us here?
Pero tú... No me jodáis, mentira.
You're mine now. That's all of them.
¡Hostias! ¿Qué? ¿Qué ha pasado?
El Fútbol Club Mobile. Mira. Llevo un fin de semana, mira.
Buscando cogollitos.
A godlike in emerald there. Well, maybe our luck's improved.
Lo tienen aquí de esclavos. Yo voy a robarte. Un infectado. Voy a robar. Ah, pues sí.
I'd offer to shake your hand, but I've been elbow deep in Beatrice all day.
Me viene la mano, pero llevo hurgando en Beatrice todo el día. Está guapo este juego, en verdad. Depende de lo que le digas, te va a soltar otras cosas o no, ¿sabes? ¿Perdona? ¿Te refieres a ese cadáver putrefacto? ¿Qué ha pasado aquí? No aparece en el momento ni el lugar para abrir a alguien en canal.
try and use their names, if you don't mind. It builds their confidence. As you can see, this is my reanimated corpse farm.
Oh, and what do you use for fertilizer? Other corpses?
I'm trying to demonstrate the value of undead labor. But of course, nothing is ever that simple. What am I supposed to do? Just let them decompose? Reanimated corpses are the future of manual labor. Cost-effective, low maintenance, and very friendly. Now, Beatrice, she's being a real problem, if you can believe it. Would you be a dear and reach into her guts? Feel around for anything that doesn't belong.
Mire sus tripas. Antes de hacerlo.
Giata Castel wants my professional opinion. What an honor. I have a few theories, but no firm conclusions. I have to ask, is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town? He's a bigger fool than I thought. Very well. I'll tell you what I know
ya me has
about
manchado de
the
regla
Dream
pijama nuevo.
Scourge. But first,
Tío.
I need some help around the
No
farm.
te cojo más, Kira,
I'm up
tío,
to my
venga,
ears in
vamos.
chores around here, and the Revenants can only do so much. They can't do complicated tasks, you see. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to put down poor Silvo. Silvo is one of my Revenants. My oldest, my favorite, and the pride of my flock.
Estás un poco enfermo.
Someone needs to put the poor fellow out to pasture. And I just don't have the heart to do it myself.
Tengo que cargar a tu uno
Well,
muerto.
it's already dead. That's the hard part done right there.
When a revenant goes bad, there's only one option. Final death. And poor Silvo's time has gone. Outsiders and travelers down on their luck. You'd be surprised how many people want to sell their bodies to animancy.
Say what you will about mercenary and military life. At least your obligations end at death.
Anyone else see a downside to giving monetary value to corpses?
This is a good forever home for the undead. Better than some crypt, anyway. But sometimes we have bad
Pongo la
days.
caja en bronca.
Da igual, ya está, ya está, ya está.
No, que si no lo escucho bien tampoco.
Pero si ya no vas a escuchar nada. Ya, lo mío ya no suena, ya tengo el casco puesto. Joder. Chito, que ya me he puesto yo el casco.
Da igual, pero ya está, yo también.
They come to me for breakfast, and I let them wander the fields. Really, it's no different than raising goats. It's possible, but this is no time for jumping to conclusions. Thank you for understanding. You can find Silvo in the barn. He's blocked the door somehow, but the window should be open. Just be gentle with him.
So, we're killing a revenant then? She just couldn't come out and say that?
And this is why I don't take pets.
Tengo que cargar a este, si no.
Quiet, Nimdut.
Me he dado cuenta, ¿verdad? No quiero hacerte daño. No.
No voy a poder hacer esa misión nunca.
¿Eh?
Que tenía una misión que me ponía consume comida. Claro, tenía la vida a tope y digo, va, pues me quito un poco de vida. Que había conseguido mazorcas y plátano. Y luego pues consumo y así hago la misión. Me he tirado de un puente para abajo y me he matado. Joder, pensaba que me salía un puntito solo, pero no. Me he quitado mucho.
I saw you reach into Beatrice. Find anything interesting? Poor Silvo. He was a bright young revenant, but a very... So, the Dream Scourge. I've been keeping an eye on the readings from my fields. This plague, as we know it, is a recent development. But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. Maybe even as old as the exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape, the Dream Scourge. They have a common ancestor. There's something about the essence in the living lands that's different from anywhere else I've seen. And end up like Giata. No, thank you. The corpses, they need me. Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. Toward what end, only you can say.
Ey, están guapos los robots, ¿no?
Well,
Mola.
I'm happy to give her some good news for a change. You and Giata are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping
Oh, and thank you for the nightmare.
envoy. Aha! So the blight got into my revenant and interfered with her raising. That not only is the dream scourge affecting our farms, it's disrupting animancy. Oh, no, sounds like I have more research ahead of me. But at least now I have this. Thank you for getting your hands dirty on my behalf. Godlike. You're a natural. We're animancers, hooking up equipment and... You see, the living lands is rich with essence. We channel this energy into our fields. And that's why emeralds there...
There's something poetic about the idea of plants eating souls to survive. Creepy, but poetic.
But as you can see, we've been dealing with some irregularity. Giata thinks so, and I trust traditional farms depend on water, sunlight, and the mercy of insects. What you see here is not animancy can change the world. But it's an uphill climb. People don't trust what they don't. Come back soon.
Huellas del frío invierno. Invierno.
The great mystery is, are godlike blessed or cursed? The gods are silent on this question.
Neither. They just are. Anything else is speculation.
Speculation. Aye, answers.
into exile.
Wonder if she needs a new research partner.
Or maybe a test subject?
We could do. Yvette, look what I found! A genuine godlike.
Oh my gods, Remy, it's finally happening.
Do you think they can hear us?
Let's find out. Hello, me, Yvette. You friend? Remy, take a note. Fluent speech and upright posture show marks of sophistication. We heard that Giada partnered up with an outsider.
I suppose we owe her a favor. Or
Giada must have sent you to be our test subject. She knows how we adore your kind.
Me sale ahora la notificación.
Satisfy our curiosity and we'll give you everything Giada needs to finish her research. Deal? We want to know about the godlike, of course. You're the first one we've
let's begin the examination. If you could choose, who or what would you be in your next life? Next time you go around the wheel, you might not get so lucky.
Who wouldn't? My turn. Some would call you blessed. Others would call you cursed. The fact remains, you were touched by the gods. Wouldn't you say that you owe something to the rest of us? Weren't you?
Oh, I thought of another. We all know that godlike can't reproduce. How do you plan on... Very optimistic, aren't we? I think that covers everything. Thank you for that brilliant insight, godlike. You're a credit to your dwindling kind.
So, Giada wants to know all about the Dream Scourge, yes? Such has been... Do you want the good news or the bad?
The Dream Scourge is proof that an unprecedented metaphysical disaster can take place at any time.
Oh, that's a load off my mind. Sure beats not constantly worrying about the future.
How's that good news?
Giada will be interested to learn that the Dream Scourge cannot just be studied in a lab. Its nature is wild, so it has to be studied in the wild. Our machines and experiments would meddle with it too much.
And like anything affecting the soul, it must be connected to essence. Thus, if she wishes to discover more about the Dream Scourge, a Pillar of Adra would be a good place to start.
That wouldn't surprise me. Both are natural occurrences, after all. Terrible, but quite natural.
Most natural things are. Terrible, that is.
An entity, you say? If this entity is your patron, that's all perfect. With enough essence and a capable animancer, perhaps you could trace this tether.
Right, and with a little fresh sake, you can follow an ogre back to its lair. Still wouldn't recommend it.
Just be careful that your tether doesn't snap back and kill you in the process.
Now that we've researched the mind of a godlike, the next step is anatomy. But we've...
Hurry.
Well, if it isn't... if it isn't...
I wish I knew how it felt to be as blessed as you are. I wish I knew how it felt to be as blessed as you are.
This
place could use a broom or two. Maybe a team of carpenters.
Loco. Estoy puchirroncho.
Daikon.
This is one of the Living Land's main export hubs. Or used to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I don't care who you are. You can't go around reading someone. Was it everything you hoped? What I think is none of your business. At least it you. I don't have time for. Well, you found someone. This is what obviously it has seen better days. Depends on who you ask. For all their supposed knowledge, not even the... 40 years ago, this place was a bustling harbor, shipping food to Thirdborn, Paradis, and the occasional smaller... I would know. I was still right here, at this very post. Dwarves live longer, so 40 years isn't that long to us. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some ruins to watch over. From now on, can't you see I'm... From now on, keep your hands off my stuff.
Ah, a new face. There may not be much left, but feel free.
Voy a robar la...
Yeah, I pretty much brought that.
Guiata.
I hope you aren't afraid of lightning. Where there's animancy, there's bound to be lightning. Good timing. I'm about ready to get started. So, did you learn anything of particular interest? Makes sense. You won't find a better source then. Look at us. Barely even start. Monto's machine is working, Elia will keep an eye on her revenants, and Yvette and Remy are providing us an alibi. Under the circumstances, the two. I needed those animancers for more than their expertise. Monto's invention nullifies spiritual interference. Having it up and running means we won't. Whenever I tap into an Adra pillar, Elia's farmhands tend to get a little bitey. Thanks to you, they won't be a problem. And then there's Yvette and Remy, the governor's eyes and ears. In exchange for privacy, I gave them a test subject. I'd call that a good day's work. Now we just need the right equipment for the job. When my parents died, they left me their life's work. An invention like no other. The phantasmal focus. Exactly. There are many ways of going about it, but my mother's invention will get us quick results. The problem is it's in the basement. I haven't gone down there since the accident. Since they died.
I'm sure everything's fine. It's just a spooky death basement.
I would get it myself, but I'm not ready to face what's down there. The door to the basement is just outside, around the corner. Of course you'll need a key. Please excuse the mess. I don't go into the lab anymore. The phantasmal focus is one of a kind. You can't miss it.
Y un montón de lore, tío. No me entero de nada.
That's where her parents died.
Oh, chicos.
I'm glad we can spare her from having to go back.
Okay, walking into the basement of an animancer I just met. Right, feels great.
Viene. Voy a comer. ¿No? ¿No?
Something's not right here. Stay ready.
Haven from the blight. Who grows here?
Y mira todo lo que leo, tío. Esta hora es que... parte ya la leeré, tío, un día.
Me ha picado algo, tío. Aquí. Está haciendo granitos rojos.
Oye, chichi.
Ay, tío, ¿por qué? Me ha picado aquí abajo, no una araña, ¿no?
Parte de preocupación.
Quítate.
Vale, se viene guerra, ¿no? Se viene pelea, ¿no? ¿Cuántas notas?
Ay, ni fuera morir.
Así que Vidal no se preocupaba por ella. Añado, lo leeré ya. Algo más bonito, por cierto. Esto. Sí, lo ha sido. Sí, los superiores salieron mal.
I feel pretty certain that those people aren't supposed to be plants.
What a horrific fate.
Beauty reborn. A life of peace.
Son los padres. No van a atacar, ¿verdad?
Not sure these walls are keeping... Trees are tearing at their walls, but they still find time for a good debate.
Guys, we can leave now, right?
Poor Giada. To think she's been living with this right under her nose.
I don't. Anyone know what happened back there?
I think those were Giada's parents, or whatever's left of them.
So they're dead?
Or something like that.
Gods, I can't believe this.
You're back. You found it. You actually found my inheritance. Did you see my mother and father? Are they still there? I didn't have the words. All that's really down there is an unhappy memory. One that keeps on growing. My mother had an idea about how to use the essence of the living lands, and it destroyed her. My father, our family.
I've heard that story too many times. This land takes more than it gives.
So I swore an oath. No one could enter the lab until I understood what happened. I'm on the right track to figuring it out, which is almost as good. Enough about me. Let's worry about you for a change. With the phantasmal focus, I can finally tap directly into the essence of the living lands. I can also use it to smack around anyone who gets in our way. The only thing we're missing now is an Adra pillar, and I know the perfect one. Naku Tedek, the old godless ruin west of Eora. There should be some equipment waiting for us. We used it to study the Adra pillar. Then some priests moved in and took offense at our work. I hope they haven't tampered with the equipment, or this will be a very short experiment. Before we head out, let's make the most of our time in Eora. I almost forgot. Someone gave me a letter for you. They said it was for the envoy's eyes alone. I may have glanced at the handwriting. Don't worry. And I hate to be a problem, but I do my best work in small groups.
Qué buena es. ¿Qué pasa? Hola enanos, que me cae muy bien y tú también. Pues también me caes muy bien. Te dejaste medio cínico cuando le gritabas a cara a Vidarro, pero se va a enfadar.
Ah, finally, some time to rest my feet.
Once we're all together, we should trade ghost stories. Best way to get acquainted. In the meantime, let's be off.
Compañero.
Our research begins at Naku Tedek, west of town.
Spirits are truly wonderful. Powerful, self-aware, and reach with insight.
Insight, you say?
Indeed. The spirits have access to lifetimes of knowledge.
A little knowledge would do me good right about now. A pity I must wait until I'm dead.
care for a refreshment?
¿Dónde estoy?
If you are looking for... Is that understood, Giada?
The Magpie is my second home. I would never disrespect your...
We have only 2 rules of conduct. Cloves, cinnamon, and anise. Animancers are miracle workers, but their work breeds obsession, rivalry. Their anxiety keeps me in. This tea house is where troubled minds come to approach. Regrettably, we are out of tea. My stockpile is... We have other goods for sale, if you care to.
El tesoro. Nada, ¿no? Joaquín y Avowed.
Nicely done.
Everybody all right? Quiet, Lindut.
Here we go. Marius, look alive. Crystal, to the left. That'll show him. Watch your flank!
Let's finish this.
Watch your right!
decir. ¿Eh?
Bueno.
Muéreme. Muéreme. Ahora descubrimos. es este juego, tío. Es un sitio que vengan mil cosas, tío.
No va a poder. No, sí, no se puede cerrar ya.
Ya, pero yo estaba aquí jugando y tú...
Y yo también jugando.
Ya, no sé, estamos juntos en el reír.
Pero si no estamos juntos. Es la manera que dicen.
¿Qué pasó? Lo que hacía mal, tío. Morido. Oye, sí, sí. Iniminensi. ¿No puedes salir? ¿No sales? Oye, no me jodas, tío,
We usually bring our dead to Nakutadek, but for you, I'll make an exception.
Have you spoken to Alfonso? He seems in a low spirits.
You didn't hear? Someone desecrated the shrine.
No. What about the reliquary? It means
Una
no
demasiado la vegetación y todo y la gente está mal hecha, tío. El 2025, tío.
Hey, you there? Need some supplies?
Tienen caras raras, tío. ¿Qué hacen?
¿Qué?
No vale, tío, que cara rara.
No, estoy leyendo.
This is a spiritual haven. Could we remove the animancy equipment, please? Take it up to the government. But he told me to ask you. In that case, the answer is
Espera el diccionario. Oh, mi rey. Vamos a robar un poco. Bastante. Esto.
Uy. Hay libros que no había visto en mi vida son entonces, ¿no?
Con los perros y todo eso.
Sí, estaba mirando ese precisamente. ¿Qué va el del perro, Puchet? Y el de las ninfas es tuyo también. Las ninfas. Digamos así. Escombrar. Oh, pues esto.
Sí. Mira, que no me lo he leído.
Ese igual es tuyo.
El perro tampoco me lo he leído y también me parece. Hace esto.
Los años perdidos de
De
Jesús.
Jesús. Sí. Y que hubo unos años que se perdió y que estuvo en la India enseñando budismo.
Sí, Uy, tiene los guapos, la verdad.
Invierno. Bien.
There should be some equipment by the Adra pillar.
We remember these walls. Yes, we have been here.
Ay,
Ay, no los perros.
I failed you, my lord.
Well, here we are on the precipice of discovery, armed and ready for mischief.
Gods! Warn somebody next time.
Before we get started, indulge me. What are you excited to learn about?
Soy un campesino. A este le gustaría tomar también.
bueno, vale.
Habla, amiga.
Entidad atada a mi alma. ¿Cómo detener?
Good. We're on the same page. Now, I'm going to tap into the pillar's dormant energy and give it a good shake. In layman's terms, I'm chumming the water and daring the dream scourge to show its ugly face.
¿Lo has leído?
This is no time for hesitation. All right. Drawing on the energy of the phantasmal focus, I'll start with a low-frequency ethereal vibration. I've got nothing. You?
Anxiety? Annoyance? Maybe a little bit of burnt hair smell?
Shit. All right, adjusting the frequency. Focus is warming up. I hope that's a good sign. Let me know if you feel something. Who knows how your godlike nature will react to this. Brace yourself. We're going to pin this bastard down.
Maybe we shouldn't try again with the unreliable soul-powered device.
Don't worry, I'm a professional. Now, here goes nothing.
Souls in a circle, a whirlpool. We twine, we twine.
Hey, I think I got something. The focus twitched, like a fishing rod. Is that a door? Not the result I was looking for, but a result nonetheless. Hold on to that feeling. We might need it again. Right before the door opened, I detected something in the Adra. I was right. The Dream Scourge has a point of origin. We can study the affliction from... Oh dear. How do I explain? Imagine tossing a pebble and hoping it flattens a blade of grass on the other side of the world. That's what you're asking, and it won't work. If we want to stop the Dream Scourge, we still need to learn more about the source of the affliction. I hate to say it, but we'll get better results at the base of the pillar, where the energies are more potent. Naturally. After you.
You were determined to get us all killed, aren't you?
I'm still wondering about that door, and why it opened for you.
Let's just keep moving. This place creeps me out.
Pues sí, creo que vamos a morir.
Gods! Did you open that door?
I did not bring us here to explore, but clearly something wants to be found.
I have this feeling we're not supposed to be here.
I wonder, did you open the door? Or did the door open for you?
Hay munición. Qué vida. Yo hay cosas. Las cosas. Oh, fuck the shit, bro. Valió la pena.
Incredible. These ruins are untouched. We are the first to disturb them. When was the last time anyone walked these passages? It must have been centuries. No, millennia.
So maybe you came here in a past life?
Maybe you meant to come here in a past life, but never made it. Unfinished business.
A little power goes a long way. Just a little power.
Damn.
So what have you got there? Some sort of puzzle piece? Something?
Mario, look alive!
sprained my shoulder.
No! The knife pierces in the dark.
Whatever this is, at least it's dead. 2 points for the godless, none for the abominations.
O sea que esto me envenena.
Yeah.
Me envenena, ¿no? Uy.
Watch your head. There's a trap right above it.
Pues sois normales los dos, tío, de verdad. ¿Por qué traigo estas cosas, tío? Porque nos joder la asistencia, me cago en los muertos, tío. Y os pegáis a mí y me enganché las habilidades. Eso es normales, tío. Y se lo pegan entre ellos. Me cago en tu puta madre, tío. Tira para allá. Jefe o algún boss o algo, ¿no? ¿Qué? Algo. Moriros ya, tío.
We've got company.
Sí.
I was worried for a second. Beautiful. Life into death. To think it survived all these years.
If you ask me, it looks like it's from the ancient Hadraco period.
We've seen godless architecture before. I've never seen godless art until now. Just imagine how much has been lost. We should keep moving. I don't mean to slow us down.
No creo que así. Pero...
I would not go swimming if I were you, unless you wish to meet your maker. There must be a way across. If not underwater, perhaps over it, with the help of some ice.
One moment.
In the name of Eora is that?
I do not want to meet whatever killed that thing.
I've never seen anything like it before. I don't believe it's a statue. No, this was alive once. And the people who... We're going to die down there, aren't we? Right? Take it wrong.
Come and get me! myself.
Isokso!
Nice work.
Death into life. Interesting. The Godless clearly had some ideas about reincarnation, even if they didn't have a god.
Listen, this one makes my neck itch.
Can you imagine life without any gods to guide your destiny? Without anyone shepherding you this way and that? Of course I can imagine it, but I'll wager you have a harder time.
Let's go.
Protect the envoy.
Quite a party. Let's break it. How did they even get down here? Clever things must have their own secret entrance.
Watch your right. A little help.
Right with you.
Sun's worshiping. Boiling?
How did they even get down here? Things must have their own secret entrance. I'll say it. I'm impressed. Looks like quite a party. Not feeling good. If there are any monsters left, show yourselves. Some of us have work to do. I guess that means the coast is clear. Let's have a look at the Adra pillar.
Come, hear us through the Adra. Find us.
Quiet as a soul. We've backed the Dream Scourge into a corner. I say we pin it down here and now, before it wriggles away from us. The equipment was compensating for a poor connection to the beyond. Here, we won't have that problem. The last time we tried this, you felt something, yes? Maybe it had to do with your godlike nature. Try making contact with the Adra this time. It could only help. The effect should be stronger than before. Brace yourself.
You are here. You who bring us kind words and soothing thoughts, we welcome you. The mourners are gone now. Only the memories remain. We once belonged to the green and the wild. A people lived there once. They loved us as we loved them. They brought their dead to us. We used to dip our fingers, wade in the confluence of souls. We are the heart in the soil, the lungs. We dream, the land stirs. We become. They brought their prayers to us. We answered. We do not remember how we grew. Our eyes opened. We were the earth, the sky, many into a whole. We touched the mountains and they molded to our fingerprints. The Akita twined around us. They sang in awe of what we made. They called us the gardener, steward of life. Sapadal. None who remember us still live. But we have felt in you the seed of connection. We have sought you, called to you. And you reach back. We have not known the joy of companionship in so long. Rod, we feel it too. Our hands are bound. Find us, free us. The rot that festers seeps into us as well. Our cage is far from here, buried in the garden, beyond the poison sea. that we knew. Our jailers gave us no explanation, but perhaps the ancients who were beloved to us, perhaps go to the halls of the Tabaru Sinakis. We will try to... Those who cherish us, the chosen of the Akida, wait there. They will show you the way to the garden, to our prison. We will cleanse this rot with you once our hands are unbound. Find us in the garden. We twine, we await. First, let us offer you a sliver of our power, a boon to help you survive and find us. Will you accept it? We offer you gifts any would covet, and you search them for rot? You are our kin, the seed of our soul. We would see you avoid our fate. Take it with our blessing. Now hurry to the halls of the Tabaru Sinakis. Bind us. Free us.
You're awake. Finally. We really pushed the phantasmal focus to its limits.
Oh, you're back. I made sure she didn't touch anything important.
For a second there, I thought... Actually, I thought your soul had been blasted to 1,000 pieces. While you were out, I got some clear readings of the Dream Scourge. I've tracked its origin to the center of the living lands.
Right. The garden. Sure. Doesn't sound like something I'd want to mess with.
If we find the garden, we can cut off the Dream Scourge at its source. I hesitate to bring it up, but you were muttering while you were out. Had quite a lot to say. Whatever you were communing with, it had a spiritual energy I've encountered before. Though it must be connected to the Dream Scourge. Perhaps they share a similar origin. Yes, Sapadal. Who are they? What are they? Oh. I'm sorry, what? Sapadal is a god? But that's impossible! A trapped god. Trapped. And you spoke to them through the Adra. Sorry, I'm getting ahead. We've long theorized that all Adra is connected. But that changed when Animancers came to the Living Lands. The Adra here is severed from the rest of Eora. Connected only to itself. Or, if Sapadal speaks and works through Adra, then the Living Lands is their prison. Now that is a tall order. We know the Dream Scourge is coming from this garden of yours. Maybe some...
Really? I'm the first person you ask about the possibility of a secret god taking up space.
The real question is... Doesn't ring a bell, but Maybe someone will find the source of the dream scourge in the garden. But we have to...
This godlike Sokka's out of my depth. Call me when you need to clean a rabbit.
Let's return to Fior Messiverno. Banished or not, maybe I can... I wouldn't count on it. Besides, what good am I to the farms, the community, my research? But the Dream Scourge is the end of Animancy. The end of the living lands. We should leave this place and its memories.
Wasn't much here from...
Stop! The trees splinter, the rice turns black. They trample the farmlands, they tear...
I lost you for a second there. Something the matter? Oh no. Let's go.
We found a way out while you were sleeping. Looks like a shortcut to the surface.
Right behind you.
A little power goes a long way. Just a little spark.
Charge it up.
Just a little spark.
Charge it up.
Little power goes a long way.
There is such a thing as learning too much. The mortal mind can only take so many revelations at a time. What we discovered here, it changes everything. Oh my god. No!
Fuitu Mayu? What happened here?
What happened? Who did this? It's all gone. Maybe an experiment that got out of control. We have to check on the others. At least any survivors would have evacuated to the farms north of town.
I'm sure some of them. They can't have killed everyone.
I can't believe this. What you smell is the workshop going up in flames. Our books, our chemicals, our machines. Many of those inventions were originals from the Valian republics. One of a kind, irreplaceable. I don't know why I'm dwelling on that. We lost more than our work.
It's not fair, is it? Not fair.
They burn. They blind us.
Come and get me.
That'll show him. I hope everyone is all right. Animancers know how to plan for an emergency. We've never seen one like this. If anything happened to Quilici, I don't know what I'd do.
I'm sure he's fine. He seemed like a survivor.
Again and again they strike.
Here we go.
Protect the envoy.
That was fun.
Take the animal.
Suggest we give them some space. I don't think we want to get in a fight with the Steel Garrote just yet.
There's the city. It's left again. Who could do this?
What are we waiting for? I have some aggression to unleash.
You won't get through this!
Avowed end. Steal the rope
What are we waiting for? I have some aggression to unleash.
Why will they not leave us? It cuts. It cuts.
They made it out. Thank the gods. Thank the gods. These people are looking for leadership, a sense of direction. We should find Kulichi.
Rebuilding has begun! From the ashes, your will rise!
What a fine mess the Adirians have made for us.
Envoy? Oh, thank goodness. For a moment there, I thought we'd lost you in the attack.
As if you don't already know.
Inasi, calm yourself.
Why should I be calm? His people burned my city.
The Steel Garrote are hardly his people.
They offered us no negotiation, no peaceful terms. Just flames and laughter as we ran. Don't be naive. Anyone who serves under an Adiran banner, your Inquisitor is determined to burn out anyone who doesn't conform to Adiran.
We agree on one thing. The Stilgarot have declared war on the Living Lands.
That sort of thinking is precisely why my father
What happened here is no coincidence. Their forces already have an unshakable grip on Paradis. This attack was meant to weaken us. No doubt they will circle back to finish what they started. Tell us, what of your research into the Dream Scourge? Assuming our governor wants to hear it.
I may have spoken in haste before.
Pardon?
The very notion that the Dream Scourge had blighted our farms.
Are you being serious right now?
I am. The sanctuary my family built was falling apart on my watch. Not for me, perhaps. You must understand. I hoped against reason that she might recover. But her mind, to face reality would mean upending my city. I'm so sorry.
Don't waste your apologies on me. This changes nothing between...
I don't expect your forgiveness. But I will do everything in my power. Whatever you have to say. I'm...
You want me to do the talking? The evidence is clear. The Living Lands is on the edge of an ecological disaster. But we may know the origin of the Dream Scourge by following it back to the source. Now for the bad news. An undiscovered god rests in the heart of this island. Until we know more about its nature.
But this is madness. When I said I was ready for the truth, Quilici, tell him it's madness.
Envoy, is it true?
You truly think you can find a god?
First the Dream Scourge, then the Stilgarot, and now...
This is no time for a theological discussion. We can't remain in
There is no reason to stay. Unless you count picking. We should relocate to Thirdborn. It's the only settlement that can take us all.
No. I say we go to Paradis. Exactly. As long as we are Animancers, the Adirans will pursue us to the ends of the earth. Instead, we lay low, hide in plain sight, let them believe we're beaten, and bide our time.
While we hide, the Dream Scourge will tear this island apart. At least in Thirdborn, we can practice animancy freely. We can't gamble with our existence. The political climate of the Living Lands is...
Thirdborn has its own problems. Paradis is more secure, but it would mean living under... I don't like our options, but that shouldn't stop.
Paradis, no doubt. Walls, guards, and close to the sea if things get really bad.
It's unpredictable, and that's why it has a chance to succeed.
When did you grow a spine, Ignacy?
Who says I have? Take care in your travels, Giada.
They'll do well in Paradis. It's completely safe. As long as they keep their heads down.
My days of subterfuge are behind me. Be the leader these people need, and they will follow you anywhere.
What of you, Envoy? Where does the hunt for the Dream Scourge take you next?
Oh, I do.
Yardsley? Don't tell me you are getting swept up in all of this.
Oh, really? You should know better, darling. any talk of the Akita, and I will appear. If you're looking for the garden, I can probably lead the way. You're already aware that I'm the foremost Akedan scholar in the Living Lands, and...
Godless scholar, my dear. No one outside of academia uses their proper name.
Ah, right. Layman's terms. Thank you, darling. Well, to make a long story short, I think I can lead you to the garden. 30 years of research, and I think the answer lies in a ruin called Nakukubel.
Gods, here we go.
Which is in Shatterscarp, so we've got to get there now. Before Eora went up in flames, that garrote monster took my research. Your kin are on their way to the garden now. Wait. If they know as much as we do, they know to go to Shatterscarp too. Oh no. I've got to warn Temerity. Meet me in Thirdborn, all right? You can't miss it. It's the only bit of civilization in Shatterscarp, if you can call it that. I'll finish getting ready here and just meet you there.
Ugh, what a whirlwind. God, I love that tiny woman. Oh, a gentleman never tells.
I am officially putting a stop to this line of questioning. Keep it in the... For what it's worth, I vouch for Yatsley. She's a good friend, and a bad influence.
There's a gate to the north, which will take you to Shatterscarp.
The best rangers that are left, you mean? Who sundered steel garrote?
I'll make sure they grant you safe passage. May the god...
Exploring the Living Lands with a friend. What more could I ask for?
You heard Vidaro. This settlement is done for.
This settlement is our home. I can't believe you're ready to abandon it.
Fior Nasiberno was a giant. And all the demons it made.
I'm sorry. I should have listened. Well, it...
Why didn't anybody listen? Oh, what did I do wrong?
Not bad for a scholar. Let's finish this.
Glad that's over.
They're coming!
Earth and rock! Back 10! Back 10! Earth and rock!
Another soul for the wheel. I'll fix this.
Earth and rock!
Looking for spiders, you'll find them up ahead. Star metal, if I'm not mistaken. Might want to take that to a blacksmith.
Right behind you.
I was worried for a second.
You don't think the Claviger died alone in the strangle route?
You heard Vidal. The settlement is done for.
We never saw them coming.
Keep quiet.
Look alive!
This place was my home. Now look at it.
Take a moment, people.
Don't hurt our friends. They're
Fear in the eyes!
Protect the envoy!
Invade them to the earth! Watch your blade! You've done it better.
Please, just go. Haven't you done enough? path is growing everywhere. Face of species I've ever seen.
Nicely done. Under my protection.
Help!
You're bleeding. Come on. Chance.
Are they retreating? Now I've seen it all. lead the way.
We've got company. Look left. Coming from the left.
Behind it!
Did you see me, Marius?
Watch yourselves. That it?
No, nothing. Oh, my apologies, my friend. Is there any chance we've met before? I seem to have...
Maguccio? It's me, Giata.
I have no idea where, or even who I am. I just came out here with no memory whatsoever.
I've seen him absent-minded before.
I have noticed a lot of animancy going on around here, so it's very likely. I'm afraid that may be my only option. Good to see you again. Well, I seem to be capable of forming new memories. It's... Good to see you. Well, I seem to...
Arms up!
You
Greetings and well met. I hope the roads have been treating you well. If you're in need of a Luckily, those steel garrote soldiers at the gate haven't bothered.
A moment of your time, if you please. From one Adiran to another. There will be time for that once our business is concluded. So, did you enjoy our little bonfire? Inquisitor Ludwig...
You irredeemable fucking swine!
Keep her on a tight leash. No need for this to get out of hand. We'll see about that. Believe it or not, the Steel Garrote owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig.
Bring us her severed head and I'll consider it.
That temperament of yours is exactly the problem she's trying to solve. Our attack came together in haste. You should have been informed, and I regret the oversight. One way or another, Fuel Messiverno, weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous research. Then
what right do you have to cast judgment on us?
As the future caretakers of the living lands, we do only what is necessary. Fuel Messiverno's reliance on animancy and stubborn individualism has done nothing but drag the living lands down with them. Help takes many forms. Look, I'm only telling you this because you deserve to know Ludwig's intentions for the living lands. You see, the Steel Garrote answer to the Burned Queen, not your floundering empire. And we will break from Adir if that's what it takes. And while he frets in the throne room, his puppy dog soldiers will chase their own tails. Inquisitor Ludwig sees something in you, envoy. She wants to cultivate your potential. You don't want to get between her and the fate of the living land, so let this serve as a warning. Our grasp on this island is going to tighten, even if it costs us allies along the way. What you do with this information is up to you. Either way, Emerald Stair is just the beginning. Feel free to prove us wrong. The Steel Garrote love a challenge. Before I let you go, a little bird sang in my ear that you're going to Shatterscarp.
Word travels fast.
Of course, that would have been impossible with these meddlesome rangers in the way. I took the liberty of removing them. It's a shame, really. Honorable folks. That's a matter of perspective. Ludwig is keeping her dark impulses in check. It could have been fun. When you arrive in Shatterscarp, give this letter to Temerity. Compliments of the Inquisitor. No need to keep you any longer. Let's hope our next meeting is under more favorable. You know, there's a depraved part of me that was hoping you'd make this interesting.
Let's make this a battle to remember.
I call her shins.
Yes, there!
Armor isn't good, boy! Anna!
I'll fix this.
Sit for me.
Heal yourself, quick! That was a close one. Under my protection.
What the?
Never had a chance.
That'll show him. It's all ashes. I'm sorry. I just need a moment. How could this have happened? There's nothing left for me here. It's all ashes.
Don't eat the brown berries. They're not actually berries. Careful where you step. Might be a twig, might be a snake. Let's keep moving. Careful where you step. Might be a twig, might be a snake.
You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers. And now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dream Scourge? What can we do about Sapadal? And where is the garden? Not to mention, why the Steel Garrote burned my fucking home to the ground. I'm glad you think so. Because right now you're the only Adiran whose opinion matters to me. I will not forget Fiorme Siverna. Everything it was, and everything it could have...
So on top of the Dream Scourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Death Guard Inquisitor and the Steel Garrote dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwig will try something similar in Thirdborn? Thirdborn's a rugged place that attracts rugged people. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and people who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, people wandering into the desert and never returning, or... their bodies and minds twisted, corrupted.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This Dream Scourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever... Town full of survivors? Anyone who decides to stake out a life in Shatterscarp isn't good enough people, though. And generally less likely to rob you or bore you to sleep than other places we've been.
Everything we learned in Naku Tadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone, but we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead. Indeed. And deep roots. Yardsley is a master of the unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden, Yardsley can lead us to it. I'd follow...
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us directions.
Ask for directions? Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant! Whatever Sapadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise. This is so exciting. Sapadal? It's Giada. Giada Castel. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castel. Castel. Why does this name sing to us? A voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes. We cannot reach. The branches bind.
Did you get anything? What? No. They must have clearly your link to Sapadal isn't as strong as it was in Naku Tadek. But I'll take...
I'll pass. I've heard too many ghost stories that start this way.
Right. If I wanted to waste time, that's what I carry a flute for.
Just me, then? Really? No one else has a question for the god of the living lands? Fascinating.
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yardsley, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dream Scourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Paradise. Stop. You're aggravating my ulcer.
Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's something I need to do. Something I owe Tama. There's an old battlefield near some Pogrunan ruins. Area called the Shark's Teeth. Tama lost his badge there. I need to get it. Thanks.
Takes courage to go back for something you lost. I wouldn't have it in me.
Get some rest. Sleep is good for the soul. Maybe this doesn't need to be said, but I don't blame you for what happened to Fiorme Siverno. I just wanted you to know. No need to question it anymore. They've made their intentions clear. I'll get the bastards who did this. One way or another.
Let's get some rest. We have a long day ahead of us.
I can't believe it. My city. It's all gone.
I'm so sorry. I've left a few homes over the years, but I've never lost one like that.
3 times I've left my home. First as an orphan, then as an outcast. Now, as a refugee.
Right. Give me a minute. There's a... Maybe. Growing up, I heard stories of a garden. I thought they were just stories. No one living had ever gone there. But we were just supposed to protect it. No one has ever been there as long as anyone knows. There's legends, right. Nandru's the only one who went to the garden and made it back. Which is interesting because you kind of look like him. Founder of Solace. Lived centuries ago. More or less the biggest hero in Galawain's tusks. You have the same kind of face things from what I've seen. You know, the, fungus stuff. Well, yeah, at first. There's been a lot more reasons to do that since then. There's a resemblance, sure, but no one alive has ever seen Nandru other than a few statues and descriptions and legends. And we're talking about oral legends, passed down for centuries. Who knows what's true and what's dramatic life? I guess. I wouldn't put too much. There's just a lot of, like the garden. Who knows if the garden even exists anymore? I don't. You seem to talk to Sapadal in dreams and visions. Maybe you can find something that way. Look, this gods and magic stuff isn't my expertise. Come find me when you need an I need to get some rest before I get all worked up.
I'm going to... We should talk. Fior Mesiverno was the pride of 2 generations. And now... nothing but ashes and embers. My home, my lab, my parents. Don't be. I have enough grief for the both of us. I keep asking myself, how could I have missed this? How could I not have known an attack was coming? We were all so occupied with the Dream Scourge, we missed the enemy on our doorstep. No matter where Animancers go, someone is always trying. Nothing enrages the gods more than mortals in pursuit of... Don't worry. I plan to hold the mortals accountable. Listen to me. A failed Animancer lashing out at everything in reach. Even with all the tools at my disposal. I couldn't stop the Dream Scourge. And I couldn't save my people. How do I live up to my family's example when I can't even help myself? I wish I could. But that legacy is My parents died pursuing a better future for Animancers. I can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. And right now, that's all it is. Pleasant dreams. I've been meaning to sending my people to Paradise is a bold move. Bold, but more importantly... for now. Meanwhile, the Adherents will enjoy their... Look, I know you didn't come to this island to help us. And yet you were here when others would have looked away. Despite everything that happened. We all deserve better. But fate decided otherwise. Well, onward to better things. If you need anything, you know where to find me. I'll tell you whatever... I'm afraid not. I've spent a little time in Donj. It's good to be whenever I... What do you want to know? Well, my future is in shambles, and I have no... Oh, and my home burned down. Apart from that, truthfully, I'm a bit lost. Leaving Fjord, we've seen and done incredible things, but I'm no closer to finishing my family's work. What I'm up against is much bigger than either of us. Through animancy, I can harness the wild essence of the living lands and put it to good use. But what if I tried, only to have it lash out and destroy me? I'd be no better off than my parents. The dream scourge is infecting our Adra. Holding until I understand it, until I can control it. I can't do anything. Well, here she stands. Quilici always told me to slow down, to stop and appreciate the land I'm trying so hard to fix. But how can I slow down when I only have one lifetime to get this? I'll find answers in the garden. If I must.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about what happened in Emerald Stair. I know your Emperor sent you here to represent Adir, but the Steel Garrote raising Fior has gotta make things harder for you. I mean, for you, personally. The cruelty we saw, it's hard to reconcile that with the place you've called home. I just wanted to know how you're feeling about all this. I hear that. Unfortunately, I don't think this situation is going to get any easier. It makes venturing through the treacherous wild seem like a relief. Anyway, this may be your burden, but you don't have to carry it alone. What's on your mind? A marker of his service to Thirdborn's defense. And something that helps us...
You always hope it won't come to that.
You hope it won't, but you know it might. It's an old Rawatayan naval tradition that Thirdborn's kept alive. And another debt I owe him. Shake the sand out of your bedroll before you settle in.
It's hard to imagine my people taking shelter in Paradise.
They'll be better off there. Safest place in the lands. Assuming they don't cause any trouble.
I hope you're right. At least there's safety in numbers.
Oh, Gianna, your weird device thing was making a noise last night.
Really? What kind of noise?
It was this high-pitched buzzing sound.
Ah, nothing to worry about. That just means a ghost passed through camp.
Right. What?
Must have been a big one, too. Sorry I missed it.
I'm sorry I didn't.